not good enough. I need to be perfect. Negative self-talk. It is a real problem for a lot of women, and really it can impact every aspect of your life. Here to share how to build your emotional confidence is author of, love the title, Own Your BS, the no-nonsense guide to addressing your female head talk, Bree Stedman. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, I have to be honest, I don't care who you are, how much money you make, how successful you are, we all do it. How did this journey start for you in putting this book together?
Through my own head talk. So there's two facets to it. One, I was in a leadership position where I was responsible for mentoring and nurturing and guiding businesswomen to be successful. And so from that point, it was really difficult for me because I could see that their own insecurities kept getting in the way. And secondly, my own insecurities. I was such a faker, you know, the masks that you put on. So out in
we all do it.
Yeah, and in public, I had it together and everyone thought that I was this positive and confident woman, but behind closed doors, particularly at home, completely different person. I call myself the crazy psycho mama because I was an absolute nutcase.
What kind of traps do we fall into?
As women, we get so caught up in our heads, and this is what I'm really, really passionate about, teaching women how to break down the head talk, because when we're in our heads, the more we tell a story, the more the emotion that's connected to the story, I call it the underlying current, that strengthens. So every time you think about a bad experience, every time you talk to a girlfriend about a bad experience, whatever it is that you're feeling because of that story, the emotion is strengthened.
Right.
So in regards to being a mum, say you have a bad morning with the kids, afterwards, you know, the kids go off and play and they forget about the incident and you keep going, oh, I'm such a bad mum, I feel so guilty and I should be doing more and maybe I should have done this differently, so you beat yourself up. All of those stories strengthen guilt and shame and embarrassment and anger and whatever else was connected to that event. So for women, it's about recognising when you're in that space of head talk and then bringing it back down to what am I feeling, and let's get to that as the root cause, because when we address the emotion, the story then just becomes words.
Right. Don't you think, though, to a point it's good to have that inner critic? There are some parts of it that it's good, because I know for me, I was telling you, listen, I'm the worst offender. I'll be totally honest. I beat myself up over everything, and I'll hold on to that. And I was telling you, for me, it's about staying humble and making sure I never have an ego.
Yeah. I think it's more about being the best version of you that you can be, regardless of the fear of other people's opinions.
Right.
So, yes, we're always going to have an inner critic, but when the inner critic starts to dictate who you behave as, that's not being the most authentic version of yourself. So it's that balancing line of being you and being the best version of you without allowing other people's expectations or what you think other people expect of you to dictate who you are.
So give me a tip. Give us all tips. What do we do?
My favourite tip is to, and I talk about it in the book, journaling is one of those things that a lot of women don't do regularly enough. When you journal, you bring in the masculine part of the brain, which is that logical part of the brain, so it takes the emotion out of it. So get your thoughts out on paper and then take it a little bit deeper. Now that I know what it is that I'm thinking, what are these thoughts actually making me feel? When you recognise the feeling, you then you have something to work with, and the brain disassociates it from the body. So it becomes this space of being able to go, okay, I know that I'm angry right now. What can I do with the anger that's going to bring me back into emotional confidence? And once you've done that, you can then start moving forward rather than staying stuck in that, oh, well, I should have done this differently.
And what about for girls, young girls? Because they do look up to us as moms.
They do. So I've got a young daughter, she's 8 years old, and I've been working with her since she was 3 with this. And I speak to her like I would an adult. When she comes home upset from school, I say to her, Livy, what happened today? How does that make you feel? Okay, now that we know that, what do you think you can do about it? So it's about not dismissing the story, but addressing the cause of the problem within the story, which is the emotion first. When you've neutralised that, then you can come back to the story and go, okay, now that you're not feeling so upset, what could you have done differently, or what could you do different next time so that you don't get so caught up in it?
And how do you move past that?
Yeah.
How can people find out more information? Because I know on your website you do have some free advice.
Oh, I've got a lot, yeah. So www.breestedman.com. There are free mini courses that you can access. My book is $20 Australian, so in the States it's about $15. I also have an online program, so if you actually want to take your journey a little bit deeper, there's a 9-week online course that you can register for as well.
All right, time to dig deep and make some changes. Yes. All right, thank you so much for your advice. It's so important today and really any day.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure.